Ekran görüntünüz var həqiqətən.
Çox sağ olun. Gəlin elə başlamışkən dilimizi də dəyişək. Aha. Sizə keçən dəfə bunu yox, checklisti göndərmişdim. Let's see what we have covered last lessons, and I can see that, okay, these ones are from our another group, I believe so. These are the skills that we should know, the things that we have already covered. For example, we have covered Google Drive and Google Docs, and last lesson we have covered Google Sheets and some other Google tools. Let's see what we should know. I will tell them one by one. If you have any question or if you have missed that part, please let me know right now so we can have a quick remembering sessions and then we can move to the new one. So from the Google Drive, we say that this is a platform that we can save in cloud. We can save here our Google Documents, Google Sheets, or any other Google tool. Basically, everything that we are creating inside the Google tool will be saved inside the Google Drive. And as we are saving everything here, it can be a little bit messy. That's why we can create a folder here, or we can create a subfolder there. After that, you can organize your folders. You can change the color of them, the name of them. You can rename them as much as you want. You can share some different people to make a small group inside there. Or you can add some extra tools to there. For example, if you have a Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, you can add it to the Google Drive. And last lesson, we learned that doesn't matter even if it's a Microsoft tool. If you add it to the Google, it will automatically transfer to the Google. For example, if you are adding the Microsoft Word to your Google Drive, it will automatically turn to the Google document. If you are adding the Google Sheet, you are adding the Microsoft Excel, it will automatically turn to the Google Sheet. Then we talk about the Google Documents. We say that this is a document that we can write our essays, our text, basically the Google version of the Microsoft Word. In here we learn like how to create a new document, how to name it, how to share it, and how to get a link for that or share it by web. Later we learn about the comments. I will highly recommend you to pay attention to this part. The commenting is the most popular questions in our exams. Most of the times they're asking that, what about the comments? And the best thing about the Google, the share and the comment sections are exactly the same most of their tools. And the tool that we are using as educators has exactly the same share and the commenting tools. So if you know the commenting, reaction, suggesting here, you will know immediately from the Google Slides, from Google Sheets, and any other Google tools. So pay attention to that you know the how to comment, how to share, or how to react someone else's comment. If you know most exact, like from my case, I have taken the exam 3 times, and all the 3 times there was at least 2 to 3 questions related to comment. Then we covered the Google Sheets, and the Google Sheets we say that how to create a columns, how to add data, how to sum, or how to filter data, how to use the functions that already Google Sheet has. And we made small tasks such as like calculating the exam resulting, checking the average score, finding what's the percentage of the class, or how much we achieved during that exam. Today we will cover about the Google Calendar, Google Mail, and if we have time, we will talk a little bit about Google Groups. Let's see what is a Google Calendar. First of all, I will go to New tab, and I highly encourage you to open your tab and do it with me in exactly the same time. How we can do it? Hold it, scroll it to the left side, kind of like divide your screen. Bir dakika. Bunu bura koyaq. Bunu bura. Zəhmət olmasa, əgər kompüterlə qoşulmusunuzsa, ekranınızı mənim ekranda elədiyim kimi 2 hissəyə bölün. Mən öz ekranımda göstərdiyim müddətcə siz də həmin o hissəyə baxaraq öz ekranınızda onu təkrarlamağa çalışın. Bu tərzdə sizin üçün daha rahat olacaq. Əgər telefonla da qoşulmusunuzsa, heç bir problem yoxdur. Hazırda dinləyək, daha sonra recordinga baxıb, əgər yadınızdan çıxan bir hissə varsa, recordingdən də davam edə bilərsiniz. Mənim ekranımda mən full screen eləyəcəm ki, sizin öz ekranınızda yarıya böldükdə tam aydın görsənsin. Let's see what we will learn today. We will learn about the calendar. That's why I will hold the calendar from here and I will bring it to the up. So the first thing will be calendar. Then we will talk about the Google Mail. I am bringing the Google Mail to the second. And if we have time, we will talk about the Google Classroom. That's why I will bring next the Classroom to the top part. As you can see, you can manage anything from this bar. If you are using it a lot, you can bring it to the top part. If you are not using it, you can bring it to the demos. You can personalize it as much as you want and the way you are using the tools. Let's go to the calendar. So there's a two way you can go to calendar. The first one, you can either click this 9 dot and go to calendar, or from here you can search the Google Calendar and the first one will be the Google Calendar. Let's enter and see what we have here. So here I have my own calendar, and as you can see, when I open, it shows the weekdays in the right side of the screen. In the left side of the screen, we have the month days, we have search for people, and we have my calendar and other calendars. Let's talk about one by one and see what we can do with this calendar and why we need it for our classes. The one best thing about this that I use personally is that you calculating and checking and seeing which classes I am having. I am keeping tracking of my classes in here. And also I am adding some notification here. For example, during the day we can lose a track of the time and I can forget that if I had a class or not. But I am adding notification before the 30 minutes. And my phone receives an email from the Google Calendar that you are having a class 30 minutes later. Then I am receiving another email that you are having 10 minutes before. It depends on like how you can put a notification. If you want, you can put it in the morning. So when you wake up, you will see that you have a class today. Or you can put multiple notifications. Once in the morning, once during the day, once 1 hour before, 30 minutes before, and so on. Then you can check and see your calendar. You can manage all your events. You can create some consultation sessions here. Also, someone else can come and add something to your calendar. For example, today I had a consultation with 3 teachers, but I didn't know that which time slots are the best for them. But I know that I have time from 2 to 4. So I send the time slot to that person from 2 to 4 and I let them to choose. So they came and see that I have a free time during this period and they choose the best option that works for them. During today, we will learn everything about the calendar. What it will be, the first, how to create event in calendar, how to attach a file to the calendar event, how to add a task, reminder, or how to track the everything you had during this calendar. The first thing I see here is a create button. The create button is in the left side of the screen. So my screen currently divided to 2 parts. The first part is this bar. The second part is my wall calendar. In my wall calendar, I can choose a week to see the weekly dates. From here, if I click, I can go to the day so I can see the things that will happen during today. Or I can see the whole month, like everything I have planned for this month. Let's go to the week and we can see what we can have here. Before moving, as you can see, we have some other options here. For example, show weekends, show declined events. For example, I created an event and invited someone else, and that person will not able to join. So they can decline and say that no, I will not able to join. Or they can come and say yes, I will join, and I can see that if it's said yes or no. We can see the completed tasks and we can see the appointments that's scheduled. It doesn't matter if you created that event or someone else created and shared with you. You can see the both type of the events, like we were in the drive. In Drive, I can see the documents I have created and also the documents that created by someone else and shared with me. So in calendar, it's exactly the same logic. If you created the event, it will be in your calendar. But if someone else created and invited you to that event, it will also be shown in your calendar and it will ask you, will you attend this event or not? If you click yes, that person will receive that. You shared this calendar event with that person and they said yes, they will join, or they can say that no, we will not able to join. Let's go step by step and let's create the first event. There are two types of the creating event. The first version, you can click a create button here, or you can come and choose which time slot you want to create. For example, let's create a small calendar for me. For creating, first I will go to the left side and open my calendars. And in here, I see that all the calendars I have. For example, this is a competition calendar that we have used the last year. And if I had a tasks here or the events here, it will be shown on my screen. Or this is my personal calendar. Whenever I open it, I see everything that I have scheduled personal. For example, I have scheduled 2 lessons. Currently, I am in the training. And I also have some other trainings that I will cover during this week. For creating a new calendar, you can create it from here or you can change the color from here. For now, let's go and create a new event. When I click event, it asks me to add a title. I am thinking, so let's start from the even more beginner. Let's create a new calendar. For that, I will come to other calendar and click plus. Then I will create a new calendar. And then I will able to add name. For example, let's say I can add a descriptions here that for what I will use this calendar. I can choose a time zone that I will use it. And then, as you can see, I am the owner of this calendar. Let's create it. Right now, my calendar is creating. Great, it's created. Let's go back. I will come down and I will find the Hagigats personal calendar. We can change the color and we can send things and sharing. From here, I can share it with someone else. I can export the data I am having in this calendar, or I can do some advanced settings here, such as changing the dates in the calendar, or if I want to move to different type of calendar. For example, currently the times that we are using is 365 days, but there's Islamic calendars, Chinese calendars, or different type of calendars. You can also move to that type of the calendar, or you can have two different type of calendars in the same time. You are having the Hijri calendar and the Chinese calendar in the same time as the calendar we are using in the official stuffs. Right now, I will go to the Haggas personal calendar and I will try to create a new event. I will come here, click the plus, and as you can see, I can add a title. Let's say Google Certified Educator Training. Then it gives me the option. Is it an event, task, or appointment? This is an event for me. Then it asks me that when it will start and when it will end. It will start at 8, but it will end at 10. Then you can choose all day, or you can choose a time zone. I am fine with time zone because I already set my time zone as Azerbaijani time zone, so I will not change it. Also, this is not happening all day. I don't need to click it. Will it repeat? Yes, it will repeat all the Wednesdays. That's why I will say that weekly on Wednesday. In here, you can choose it daily, so it will repeat every day in the same time. It will happen every weekend on Wednesdays. Monthly on second Wednesday. So currently we are in the second Wednesday of the January. That's why the next month is February. It might put it in the second week of the February. Annually on January 8 means that next year, January 8, or every weekday, which means like from Monday to Friday. We are only having on Wednesdays, that's why I will choose only weekly on Wednesdays. If I have a guest, I can add them as well. For example, we can add Tarana Nuriyeva to share with this event with her. And then we can add a Google meeting. This is the important part. Whenever you create a Google Calendar, you can immediately create a meeting about this. Whenever I click it, this is already created Google Meeting. So if we had a classes in the Google Meeting, everyone I added here will receive an email that I have created this lesson. This is an email and this is the joining link to the meeting. And also they will send a notification. For example, I send a notification to all the guests 30 minutes before or 40 minutes before. But what if my student doesn't have an email account? For example, they are using Mail.ru or Yahoo.com. They don't have any Google Mail. It doesn't matter, as we are adding them as a guest, they will receive email no matter if they have a Google account or not. And I think this is the best part of it. Only things that we need from them is having the Gmail or any email account, and we can send a post with them about this event. We can add location as if you want. We can add a description about this event. And if you add a description about this, all the people who is joining this as a guest will also have access to this description. For example, I can explain that this is a training. And etc. Or we can add some attachment. For example, let's say that I am having online English classes or I am having IELTS classes. And every time I have to keep track of my students, like if they joined the class or not. For that, I can attach Google Forms here, or I can add Google Document here. As you can see, once I clicked add a Google Drive attachment, everything that's saved inside my Google Drive can be attached to here. Doesn't matter, it's a copy of my document, it's any form, slide, or something different at all. That's why we can keep track of our lessons better in here. Then we can choose a calendar. As you can see in here, I have, for example, Maggie Rorschach, Birthdays, Coders Pro, Google Certificate Trainer, and others calendars. You can say that, like, for example, one calendar for personal stuff, one calendar for the work stuffs, or one calendar just keeping track of the birthdays. And you can save it in here. If you save it there, for example, I will click the save for now. As you can see, it's visible here, but I haven't clicked all of them. If I clicked another one, you will see that another one came here. If you want to see just birthdays, it will show only the birthday. If you don't want to see the birthday or personal information, you can unclick them. For example, I didn't want to share my personal calendar here. That's why I unclick all of them. But once you add another one, there might be that they are in the same time. Let's see what else we can do here. We can also create a task. For example, I will have a Google certified trainer, but before this I need to have some task. For example, creating a presentation. That's why I will come to here. For example, let's say 12 p.m. and instead of the event, last time we chose the event, I will go to task and I will say that lesson 4 presentation. I will say that, for example, create a presentation. Google Calendars. And from here, as you can see, you can add it to your to-do list or your university. I will keep it as my to-do list and I will click it as a save. Dismiss. And from here, we will see that this one is an event and it shows its color. But this one, as it is a task, it shows the click here. Let's imagine that I have completed this task. I have created a presentation. Then I can click Mark Completed. Once I click it, it will disappear from my calendar and you can see that it's already deleted. If I click my tasks, it will show that all the tasks I had to do. If I go to my to-do list, it will show the only things that I have to, inside the to-do. If I click university, it will show the things that I have to do from the university. For example, there's a one, read paper on benefit. Okay, this is from my paper review. If I complete it, I will complete it and that's done. And as you can see that everything that I completed today will be here as a completed. As you can see, today at 12 I work on this and I completed. If I don't want to see this task here, I can just click delete and delete and it will be deleted. I don't want to delete this one, so I will bring it back so I don't remember my task. And let's go back. Do we have any questions until now? I believe no. Bəli, Ramil Bey.
Həqiqət xanım, biz Teams üzərindən kalendara bir event qoysaq, onu buradakı kalendara çevirmək olur. Yəni buradakı kalendara da düşməsini necə edə bilərik?
Məncə onu manual eləməlisiniz.
Çünki buradakı kalendarın rahat bir tərəfi var ki, telefonumuza da həm notification, həm də oradakı kalendarda da görsənir. Ona görə oradakı fəaliyyəti qoyanda istəyirəm ki, eş zaman olaraq burada da görsənsin. Sadəcə onu eləməyi bilmirəm.
Düzünü deyəcəm Ramil bəy, mən Teams daha əvvəl istifadə eləməmişəm. Bəlkə də belə bir funksiya var, amma mənim bildiyim qədərilə manual eləməliyik, yəni ikisini eyni zamanda. Bəlkə də belə bir extension var ki, onları sinxronizasiya eləyir. Lakin ikisi də bir növ rəqib komandalardır deyə mən düşünmürəm ki, arada özlərinin yaratdığı bir sinxronizasiya olar.
Aydın.
Any other questions? Okay, if you don't have any questions, let's move. And I will show you the best things about the calendar, which is my the favorite one, which is creating appointments. Let's say that today we are having 10 exam and 10 oral exam, and like we are adding one time to student, they are telling like, no, I have a class right now, I can't come that time, and blah blah blah. How we can make it easier? For example, for Thursday from 10 a.m. to the 4 a.m. I want to have my oral exam. For each student I will have 30 minutes. I don't care who comes first, I just need them to be present in that time slot, which works perfect for them. I will come here. Let's go to not event, not task, but appointment schedule. And from here, as you can see that we can choose like start time and end time. So I want to start from 10 and I want to continue, let's say, until 4. And from here, add availability scheduling. So I will create here. I don't want to have this one, so I don't want to have at Monday, not in Tuesday, not in Wednesday, but in Thursday. So I will add one here, let's say from 10, one from 11 to 12, and let's say one more. And then we will see that we have some extra options. Scheduling window. Let's see what they're having. Limit the time range during which appointments can be booked. Available now. We can add start and end dates. For example, you can say that tomorrow from 1 to the 2, you can choose your time. It can be 60 days, it can be 12 hours, and book it appointment settings. You can change the calendar. Let's change calendar. You can change color and etc. Let's click next. And when I will add one meeting. I will say that hello, choose appointment for oral exam. Booking from surname, first name, email address, and I can add an item. For example, for custom item, I will say that required grade level. Add item, booking confirmations, and save. So now I have this, and I will go to more options to share it with someone else. Let's say that we are sharing it with, I will share with my another Ahmad account so we can see it from the student side. I will also attach some random document here. Let's add our checklist and let's add one of our form and insert it. And let's add and whenever I click to save, it says, would you like to send invitation emails to Google Calendar guests? And we can click send. My share button is not working. Okay. Okay, let's go to that one. Let's open calendar. Now I can see all the slots that my teacher created. So we are seeing it as a student. And as a student, I can see that my teacher only opened appointments on Tuesday, and every Tuesday I can choose appointment. I have time slots such as 9 a.m. or 11:30, 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. Let's choose 9 a.m. Or let's choose 11. My name, my surname, my email address, and my grade level, let's say 9, and I will click book. Once I book, I will close it, and you will see that I received an email as a student that I got Ahmadova appointment booked, and I said yes, I will come, and I also will receive a notification 1 day before and 30 minutes before about this appointment that I chose appointment. Let's go to another account. As a teacher, we will see that we have received an email. It says that Hagigat Ahmadova booked an appointment with us and they will come at 10. Oh, actually at 9. Let's refresh this. And when I go up, okay, when I go up, as you can see, this one is already purple. These two not booked, but this one is booked. That's why the booked one is showing purple. And as you can see, I say that I will be here and my student also said yes, I will be here. That's why we have 2 green dots here. The ones which is not booked yet will be empty. This way we can book and create as much as appointment we need with our students, and if they don't have in quite a time, they can choose a time that suits best for them, and also it will be the best time for us because we gave us our free times. Any questions about this? Her şey aydın oldu appointment götürmeyle bağlı.
Aydındır Həqiqət xanım.
Evet, çok sağ olun.
Digər müəllimlərə bilmirəm necədir. Mən cavab verən olmadı, yəni aydındır.
Çok sağ olun cevabınız için. Ümid eləyək ki, aydındır. Google kalendarla basically bilməli olduğumuz məlumatlar bunlar idi ki, necə dərsi yaradaq, necə dərsi tələbələrlə bölüşək və necə appointment düzəldək ki, uşaqlar bu appointmentdan gün götürə bilsin. İndi sizə deyəcəm ki, mənim imtahamda kalendarla düşən suallar nələr idi. The first one was that when we go to calendar and click the create and from the event, more options, you will see that in here we have guest options. As they ask that what permissions we can give to our guests. To be honest, during exam, I didn't remember which one we had because they had like 10 options there. But as it's open booked, you can create a new event and you can come and check that which permissions we had. And I came and I saw that they can modify event, they can invite others, and they can see the guest lists. And once you click the modify event, other two will be blocked. That's why I highly encourage you, even it is easy for you, even if you know this, if you completely understand it, that's perfect. But make sure that you go to the calendar and give yourself a question, such as like create a task for yourself. For example, if I had a student, how I will create an event. Or if I was a student, how I would see a teacher's appointments. Or just try to create your own calendars there. Try to see like how we can add tasks, how we can add calendars. And when you do this, you will see the small details we have here. And it will give you the more professionalism in the calendar. It's better to use on hands-on these projects. The one things we haven't covered, for example, I just saw right now, whenever I create here, I might be forget like what time slots I had empty, and you can click the find a time and you can see all the slots you had free here, and you can choose one time slot from there. Let's say that I had created this one, but I already have one of it and I don't need this one. How I can delete this one? I will click the second one and from here you can delete it. But one thing will pop up. The first one, this event is not just a one event because I say that repeat all the weekends. That means if I go to the next page, I will see this one. If I go to the next page, I will see again it. So even I delete this one, the one I had in the previous weeks will be stay. So if I want to delete all the events that I have created on Wednesdays, I have to say that this and the following events. So the everything that will on weekends will be deleted. And one more thing, for example, I joined this meeting as a student. And if I said yes, it will appear a blue in my part. If I haven't said yes, it will be just like this. For example, your teacher shared this document, but you haven't answered yet. You can answer either yes or no, and depending on that, you will receive a different color code. This is all from the calendar. Without losing any time, I will move to the next one. The next one from here, we say that will be Gmail. I'm checking if there are any open. This is my work computer, so they close. Okay, let's go to my oven. In here, we can see the Gmail, and let's see what we have in the Gmail. In the left side of the screen, we have folders. In the right side of the screen, we have our emails. And in the right side of the screen also we have calendar, keep, tasks, and contacts. Let's start from the left side of the screen. If you want to create a new email to write to someone, you can click the compose, and that will help you to create an email. The first, you can write to whom you will send this email. For example, I will again write my own name. Then you can add a subject. What will be the subject? What is the subject? Is the first thing is happening on the top of the screen. For example, this came, let's say, from the Wizz Air, and they said like 20% off day. I can send the subject as a, this is subject, and then you can write the email. Any example, any email you would like to. For example, we are sending to our students, and we also attach some things here. For example, we are sending them to read that book, or we are sending them to complete that homework. For that, you can attach files. Once you click an attach file, you can choose it from your computer. Any picture, any document, any file, but there's a limit on the document files that you can send. If you are over that file, they will tell you that the file you are sending is too large, and you have to shrink that file to make it shorter or smaller size. Once you add your text, you can change the font of it, you can change the size of it, you can make it bold, italic, underlined, or even to change the background or text cover. You can also make it alignment different in the center, right, or left side. You can add points, bullet points, or you can change alignment as well. In extra, you can add some code, you can streak through, or you can remove the formatting. For now, I will not touch these ones. At home, you can try to change the type of the text you are having. You can play around and see like how we can change them. If you don't like the things that you have done, you can click back and you can take back the actions you have took. And later, for example, what if I have a Google document and I want to share that one with my students, or I have a Google form which is my exam and I want to share it with my students. Then you can click a link. For example, I can say from my forms, let's share this one. I will click the link from here, copy, come back to here and say exam link. Let's bring back to, I will come to link, click the insert link, and I will add my link here. So once I click this link, it will go to that exact form. You can add some emojis, or you can choose file from your drive. I can click here, and let's just say I will add this checklist and say that checklist before taking exam. You also make it to confident mode. There will be no question related to confidential mode or inserting the signature, but if you want, you can add some signatures to your email. How it will look once you are sending the email, there will be signature in that. I will show one example. What's the signature? For example, once I click a new email, in the end it's showing like my name, my workplace, my phone number, and etc. This is a signature. So Once you're creating it, it will be shown in your Google account as well. And what if I want to share with someone else? So in here, as you can see in the tool, I said Hagikat Ahmadova. But in here, I have CC and BCC. Does any of us know what is CC and what is BCC? And what is the difference between two, CC and BCC? Aramızda Tu'nun CC və BCC arasında fərqi bilənlər var. Məsəl üçün, Tu'ya göndərəndə kimə gedir? CC'yə yazdığım adamlar kimdir və ya BCC'yə yazdığım adamlar kimdir?
Mən deyə bilərəm.
Əlbəttə Vüsəli xanım.
CC copy, karbon copy'dir, səhv eləmirəmsə. Bu ancaq surətini kimlərəsə eyni məktub hamıya gedir. Kimləri ki orada CC-yə əlavə etmirsən. Və bunu hər kəs də görə bilir. O birisi də blind carbon copy'dir. O blind carbon copy'də də mən sizə göndərmişəm, amma CC-də kiməsə göndərirəmsə, sizin xəbəriniz olmur ki, mən o kiməsə də göndərmişəm. Yəni o adamdan sizin xəbəriniz olmur. Və mən bunu sizə digər göndərdiklərimdən gizlədirəm. Elə deyilmi?
Əla, doğru dediniz. Çox sağ olun izahat üçün. Demək, Tu olan insan mənim əsas bu e-maili ünvanlandığım şəxsdir. Yadda saxlayaq ki, H. Ahmadova olan əsas alıcıdır. Həqiqət Əhmədova 0 olan isə bu e-maili eyni şəkildə alır. Birinci his Tu'da olan da, CC'də olan da bir-birlərinin bu e-maili aldıqlarından xəbərləri olur. Yəni ki, bilir ki, bu şəxs e-mail göndərirdi. Mən də burada fikir bildirmək üçün buradayam və yaxud da ki, bu e-mailin getdiyini görmək üçün buradayam. Amma BCC isə ilk 2 nəfər BCC-yə e-mailin getdiyindən xəbəri olmur. Məsəl üçün, bu adımın üstündə yazıldığı e-maildə BCC-yə qoyulub. Gəlin bu e-maili göndərək və sonra gedək Tu'dan baxaq görək ki, kimin e-mailini görə bilirik, kimin e-mailini görə bilmirik. E-maili göndərdim. Send hissəsindən baxıram ki, e-mail getdi. Keçirəm digər account-a. E-mail gəldi. Görürsünüz, e-mail yazılıb ki, Həqiqət Əhmədova 2001-dən gəlib və burada bir dənə hissə var. Yazılıb ki, Həqiqət Əhmədova gedib, CC-də isə Həqiqət Əhmədova 0 olub. Amma Həqiqət Əhmədova heç bir yerdə mention olunmadı. Səbəb də o idi ki, o BCC-nin içərisində idi.
Həqiqət xanım, çox üzr istəyirəm. Bayaqları müəllim sual verdi ki, bu Teams-dən əlaqələndirməkdən bağlı. Əslində Google-da var elə bir şey. Siz zəhmət olmasa Google kalendara daxil olun. Bu sağ tərəfdə plus işarəsinin üzərinə vurun. Sağ tərəfdə aşağıda. Orası sağ tərəf. Aşağıda plusun üzərinə vurun. Oradan axtarış yerinə, search yerinə yazın, Teams yazın. Elə Teams yazsaz. Çox üzr istəyirəm. Bildiyim bir şeydir. Ona görə mən müdaxilə elədim. Və buradan install etmək olur həmin o Teams-i. Sadəcə məndə yer azdır deyə göstərə bilmirəm. Mən əvvəl edirdim, nəsə alınmadı. Bunu burada aktivləşdirmək olur. İndi bilmirəm sizdə necə olacaq. Görürsünüz, error verir. Bu, bayaqki müəllim kimi idisə, əvvəllər olurdu müəllim belə bir şey. Deyəsən kişi müəllimlərindən biri idi. Əvvəllər belə bir şey var idi, həqiqətən. İndi nəsə son təzəlikcə olubdu, bu error verir. Yəni, belə bir şey var. Teams-dən bunu sinxronizasiya etmək olur, yəni.
Təşəkkür edirəm, çox sağ olun.
Buyurun. Buradan daxil edib, arada bir yoxlayın da, birdən nəsə, bilmirəm, indi təzəlikcə olub. Əvvəl işləyirdi belə bir şey. Google kalendarda orada olan nə kalendar varsa, həmin o Google kalendarda da o göstərirdi.
Çox yaxşı dediniz.
Çox sağ olun.
Burada Teams-in olduğunu mən bilmirdim. Canvas'ın
müxtəlif alətlər install eləmək olur. Müxtəlif alətlər olur.
AI falan test eləmişdim, amma Teams-i heç test eləməmişdim.
Search-a daxil olaraq istənilən hansısa bir nəyisə istəyirsə Google kalendara əlavə etmək, Google-unuza orada əlavə etmək olur. Çox üzr istəyirəm Həqiqət xanım. Mən səhv başa düşərsiniz, bir də mən bu deməyim.
Yox, əksində çox sağ olun ki dediniz. Çox sağ olun ki dediniz.
Buyurun.
Burada ən çox mən bu ClickUp-dan bizim əvvəlki işdə sinxronizasiya eləmişdilər. Lakin heç Teams-i sinxronizasiyasını görməmişdim özüm.
Var idi, işləyirdi. Mən işlətmişəm. İndi baxdım, bir də yoxlamaq istədim o bir e-maildən. Dedim, yəqin yer yoxdur, ona görə alınmır. İndi baxıram ki, yox, yerlik deyil. Ümumiyyətlə özündə nəsə error verir də.
Ola bilər. Əlavə başqa sualımız var? İndiyə qədər əhatə olunanlarla bağlı. Belə təxmin edirəm ki, heç kəsin başqa sualı yoxdur. Onda gəlin. Bəli.
Həqiqət xanım, üzr istəyirəm. Bu bəs yer məsələsi, yəni yəni necə etmək olar ki, belə deyək də, məsələn, məndə şəxsən tez-tez bildirim gəlir ki, dolub, yəni pul da təklif edir ki, artır. Yəni, məsələn, mənim çəkdiyim şəkillər hamısı tez Google-un yaddaşına düşür də. Onu necəsə tənzimləmək olarmı? Çünki bu səfər yer boşaltmaq istəyirəm Gmail-də. Məni Google fotoya yönləndirir də. Yəni, necəsə etmək olarmı ki, çəkilən şəkillər hamısı tez o Google yaddaşına düşməsin ki, yəni Gmail-də dolanda ora yönləndirməsin də məni.
Nigar xanım, deməli yəqin sizin telefonunuz Samsungdur. Telefonda Samsungda Google Photos var. Sizin qaleriyanıza şəkillər çəkilən kimi avtomatik onlar Google Photos'a yaddaşa düşür ki, işte telefonda olsa, qaleriyadan şəkillər silinsə, siz Google hesabınızla şəkilləri qaytara bilərsiniz. Öz drive'ınıza girəndən sonra burada görürsünüz storage. Storage'a girəndən sonra tək üsul budur ki, hansı ki fayllar siz görürsünüz ki, məsəl üçün böyükdür, onları silə bilərsiniz. Onu da clean up space-ə daxil olanda, burada məsəl üçün ola bilər ki, siz hətta o videoları silmişsiniz. Amma sizin drive'ınızda hələ də yaddaşda yer tutur. Ona görə birinin içərisindəkiləri silin. Və yaxud da ki, baxa bilərsiniz ki, kimsə sizə e-maillə məlumatlar göndərib, həmin o məlumatları heç siz istifadə eləmirsiniz. Məsəl üçün, sizə e-maillə hansı bir dərs videosunu atıblar, ya hansı bir kitabı atıblar, şəkillər göndəriblər. Burada large fayllara gələrək onları da təmizləyə bilərsiniz. Google Photos'la sinxronizasiyanı isə öz telefonunuzdan deyə bilərsiniz ki, sinxronizasiya tamamilə dayansın və onun vasitəsilə artıq təzə gələn şəkillər Google Photos'a keçməyəcək. Amma bu, bundan sonraki şəkillərə aiddir də. İndiyə qədər olmuş şəkilləri və videoları siz özünüz fərdi olaraq silməlisiniz. Və yaxud da ki, mənim işlədiyim hal bura, yəni yeni bir hesab almamaqdan və yaxud da hər hansı bir faylı silməməkdənsə, yeni bir Gmail akkauntu açıb, shared drive'lar düzəldə bilərsiniz ki, o drive'da buranı görə bilərsiniz, bu drive'da onu görə bilərsiniz.
Yəni, onu telefondan tənzimləməliyəm də, sinxronizasiyanı pozub.
Fərqi yoxdur. Telefondan da eləyə bilərsiniz. Oy, burada mənim şəkillərim çıxdı. Telefondan da
yedəkləmə bölməsindən də edə bilərsiniz. Telefonunuza, üzr istəyirəm, telefonunuza daxil olub yedəkləmə yeri var. Oradan yedəkləməni qeyri-aktiv edin, gəlməsin ora heç bir şəkil.
İnansız mənimlə etmişəm, amma yenə də gəlir. Yenə də gəlir. Bilmirəm nə ilə bağlıdır. Amma yəni yoxlayaram onu bir daha, o sinxronizasiyanı görüm, dayandırsam. Çünki yəni əksinə nə qədər yaddaşı böyük olan telefon alırsansa da belə, yenə də gəlir, ora yüklənir və tez-tez bildiriş gəlir ki,
15 GB-dır bura, ona görə.
Ən yaxşı çözümlərdən biri də o deyil mi? Məsələn, mən eləmişəm, purchase eləyirik, aylıq məsələn $2 çıxır, amma kifayət qədər də geniş yer verir və bu problem həll olur.
O da ola bilər. Yəni bu
Mən də elə edirəm $2. $2 deyəndə məndə 1.99-dur. $2.
Ya da ki, məsəl üçün get more storage-a daxil ola bilərsiniz ki, məsəl üçün telefonunuzun yaddaşı çox, üzr istəyirəm, storage-a daxil ola bilərsiniz ki, telefonunuzun yaddaşı çoxdur, amma drive-ın yaddaşı azdır. Onsa telefonun yaddaşına şəkillər yüklənir. Drive-a yüklənməsə də olar. Clean up space-ə keçirik. Clean up space-ə gələndən sonra keçirsiniz telefonunuzun yaddaşına. Prosta buradan mən keçmək istəmirəm, çünki şəxsi şəkillər açılacaq. Orada deyə bilərsiniz ki, backup-ı dayandırılsın. Backup dayanılan kimi sizin Google Photos, sizin drive-da nə qədər yer tutursa, onun hamısı silinəcək.
aydındır. Çox sağ olun, xanım. Digər müəllimlərə də təşəkkür edirəm.
Buyurun.
Burada backup incomplete görürsünüz. Buradan artıq siz şəkilləri silə bilərsiniz. Gəlirəm. See details. Free up account storage.
Ona necə daxil oldunuz Həqiqət xanım?
Ora mən daxil olanda şəkillərim açılır.
Aydındır, baxaram. Özüm baxaram.
Narahatçılıq olsa mənə screenshot göndərərsiniz. Köməkliyi
Oldu. Çox sağ olun. Çox sağ olun.
And let's continue to the training and see what we have in Gmail. So in the left side of the screen, we have inbox, start, snooze, send, drafts, and more. Let's see what are these stuffs and why we need it. So in inbox are the emails that you have received. So emails that came to you. This can be advertisement emails such as we can see from here like Trendyol, Wizz Air, Ryanair, or it can be the some of your friends shared with you, your colleagues shared with you. But as you can see in my email, it is indifferent, importance are on the top and everything else in the left. I will show you how we can arrange your Google mail so you can see importance first or the unread first or the emails from the priority peoples are coming first. But before that, let's see what we have in the left side. So inbox are all the emails you have received. The start ones are the emails you have at the start. For example, I saw this email and I like it, so I add it to my start folder. When I go to the next one, to the start, I will see all the emails that I have started. Or there might be the case that I seen this email and I forget it. I add it to the snooze. For example, this weekend, Saturday 8, and at Saturday, I will get an email that notifications that I have received this email. For example, I have to reply it later or I am waiting an answer from someone else and I need to answer this email later or I will check this email later. I can add a timing that it will be reminding me later on a specific time. There will be the send that the emails you have sent that you haven't received it but send it to someone else. Again, it can be any person. There can be the drafts that you have written but you haven't sent it to anyone else. For example, let's fill everything. Draft subject, draft email, and I click X. As you can see, it is in the draft. I can come later and change something here and send to someone else, or I can keep it here. In my more part, I have important emails again, but as you can see in the inbox, I can see them as well. The one thing about the important emails, I see that there's a yellow label in here that's showing that these emails are important. Then we have chats here, that if you had a quick chat with your friends, any scheduled email. Let's go back to drafts and come here. I will say again to one of my account. And I don't want to send it right now. For example, it's too late for sending this. That's why instead of clicking the send, you will see that there's an arrow. And I can schedule the sending. For example, I will send it tomorrow at 8. And once I click it, it's not in draft anymore. My draft folder is empty. I go to the scheduled. Where did my important chat? Scheduled, yes. Scheduled, and I can see that I have the one draft subject here that will be sent in 9 January at 8. Let's see what else we have here. We have the spam emails. For example, most of these are for advertising or someone who is spamming me. I have received this email. Gmail found that they are spam and they send it to here. You can delete all spam messages. And after you delete it, they will come to the bin. The bins will save the draft as deleted emails for a certain day. So after a certain day, it will be empty. Or if you want, you can delete them permanently. And after that, there will be no chance to bring them back. Let's see what categories we have. We have social categories. The emails came from social. There might be some updates. For example, the whiteboards that I am using, the app had a new update. There can be some forms. For example, Women in Machine Learning is a group and they're adding forms. There can be promotion for advertising such as Trendio, Wizard, Rainier, or you can manage these labels. But what are the labels? For labels, I have to scroll a little bit down and you will see that the labels are here. I have a job label, Master Test, and if I click more, I will see that Google Certified Educator. For now, let's delete, or we can keep this one. Let's create a new label and I will name it Test Label 2. If I want this label to be under another label, such as to be under the test label, I can click it next label and choose test and click create. Now I have a label under another one. How it will help me? It will help me to categorize and organize my emails. First, from here you can change color, you can add some random color, you can remove the color, such as we organize everything else. If you want, you can hide it or you can show it. You can edit this one once we are selling the editing, like changing the label name or in words it is inside the subfolder or not. You can add some sub levels under this one and etc. But how we can check them? For them, you have to come to the manage labels, and inside the manage labels, you will have all the settings about that. But what is the labels? Let's go back to my inbox, and inside the important emails, you will see that we have these yellow icons. These yellow icons showing that they are the important. If I click it, the conversation mark it as a not important. But how I can change if they're important or not? 1 minute. For example, I can hold and add it to the test, and once I click the test, you will see that all the emails has been added as a test email. Let's go back to for example, I will choose one from the work and add it to the job. And once I click the job, I will see everything that came about the job. For example, the Chabadere talked to me and Enter Hungary to talk to me. And once I click it, I will see everything organized here. How else we can organize it? Let's click X. From the settings, you can change the visual of your email. For example, as a background, I put the clouds. You can change a different color. You can, let's go inbox. We can have a default one. You can comfortable or the compact one. I will choose a default one. And in here, we have the main thing. For example, in my case, it's important and everything else. But how the Gmail knows that if something is important for me or not? It learns by time. For example, the first time when you open your Gmail, maybe it will not show that correctly what's important and what's not else. But once you start talking, it will find the patterns in your emailing. So in my case, it will see that I am talking a lot with that, for example, let's say with Ali, and it will say that, okay, the Ali must be someone important. We will add his emails to the important case. So once Ali sends me email, his email will be the first one inside the important one. Or it shows that I check all the emails from the next step associations. That's why it's inside the important. But what if it finds something wrong? For example, I am not taking the next step association emails as important emails. I can check them whenever I have a time. Or the Zoom emails. It's not important for me. For that, I can take it from the importance. And I can also guide my Gmail to find the ways that I think and I prioritize my stuffs. That's why once you start emailing and receiving emailing, the time you are spending on the exact email, if you are replying or not replying, if you are clicking the link inside the email or not, the Gmail will learn your thinking way and what is more important for you. But you can change this setup different. For example, as you can see in the important, I have these 2 emails that I have read it, but they are still inside the important. But I haven't checked anything from everything else. They're unreaded, but it's in the down when I open all my emails. If I click the unread first, the setup will be changed. And as you can see, the emails that I have lately, none of them are important, so I don't even need to check them. Most of them are just like advertisement or just notification. Or you can say the start first. If you have start any email, it will be showing the first. See? Or the multiple inboxes. If you have like multiple inboxes, it will be here. For example, is start, is drafts, inbox, and later on. I will go back to my previous one, the important first. Now let's go down to see what we have. We have a reading pan, no split, right of inbox. So the inbox is divided to 2 parts. Once I click it, it will be on email left and my new email in the right side. Or I can say the below the inbox. So once I open the email, it will be down on the screen. I will say no split, so once I click it, it will open the full screen. And that's it from the settings part. But that's not all the settings we have. If you click the see all settings, in Gmail we can find more advanced settings such as general, labels, inbox, accounts, filters, and the filters is one of the important ones. For example, you can add a specific filter. Let's say the emails that I am receiving from my school to go to this label. So everything you are receiving from your school email will go to your job label, or everything you receive from your university will go to your master label. You can add your labels and create a new labels in here. For example, everything I receive from my other email to myself, I can add the subject, or if I want, I can not add the subject. If I add, for example, image, or doesn't have something, or doesn't have reminder word, size a greater or less than any megabyte you would like to, has attachments or don't include the attachments, and I can click the filter. Once I did it, it will show the things that I have received from Hagat Ahmadova. Size are less than 500 megabytes, which contains image but do not contains the reminder. The things that we have after the filters, such as forwarding, add-ons, chat and meet, and advanced, are not usually the questions in our level 1 exam, but if you would like to, you can go through it, and if you have any question, we can cover them in next class. But as we have a limited time, I will not cover the detailed settings part because it will be time waste for no questions. But I encourage you again to go here, check it one by one, and if you have any question, if there's something is not working from your side, we can cover it next class to see that what happened and what's the question. For now, for the sake of the time, I will close this part and we'll go to here. Do we have any questions so far? No questions? And we also completed the 1 hour of our class. Let's do like this. As I don't see that anyone has any question, and I am suggesting that this lesson we are not having any break time, but if you would like to, we can have 10-minute break. It depends on you. Yes, Kamala. Yes, Miss Kamala. Kəmələ xanım, danışırsınızsa səsinizi eşidə bilmirik. Belə qəbul eləyək ki, yəqin accidentally əl qaldırma oldu bu. Yox, unmute olundu. Kəmələ xanım, sualınız var idi? Okay. Yəqin mikrofonla bağlı hər hansı bir problem var, çünki biz sizi eşidə bilmirik əgər danışırsınızsa. Amma görürəm ki, mute və unmute edirsiniz. Qrupdan mesajınızı görürəm. Əgər hər hansı bir sualınız varsa, qrupu ünvanlandıra bilərsiniz. Belə qəbul edəcəyim ki, break time istəmirik, çünki okay. I will not share the syllabus of the course, but I will share the checklist, the things that we have covered so far, and the things that you should know until now, such as the Google Drive, Google Documents, Google Forms, Google Sheets, and things like that. We have already shared the first checklist, and the second checklist will be shared after today's lesson. Let me find the link of it. Oh, New York tips. That sounds pretty interesting and cool. Okay, I have sent the first checklist, and after today I will send the second checklist, the things we have covered and we should know that before the level 1 exam. We should save trips, and as no one had raised hands or talk anything about the break, we will continue. And let's see what is the last thing. So in the first lesson we talked about that we will have a Google Classroom. But before having the Google Classroom, I wanted to make sure that you have the knowledge, at least the basics of the Google tools. And from this lesson, we will cover everything in our Google Classroom, and I will share all the resources there. And in here, I will also add the forms that we have covered previously and the resources that I think that will be helpful for the preparing and self-study at home until the next lesson. I will also put some checklists there so you make sure that you know at least the basic knowledge to enter the exam. So basically this classroom will be the main hub of our resources and the lessons after that. But before joining there, let's see how we can create a Google Classroom, how we can add the members, and how we can change the colors of it. And later, I will encourage you to all of you to enter there by your Gmail account and check the resources and practice during the week. Let's go and see how we can find a classroom. So in the beginning of the class, I told that on the right side of the screen, we have all the Google tools, and we arrange and bring the classroom to the second row. Once you click the classroom, you will have access to Classroom. This is the first way to have access to Google Classroom. Or you can click the plus, and from here you can search Google Classroom from your search bar. And the first link will be the classroom that we are looking for. Let's go back to the classroom, and in here I will see that I again have two parts of the screen. Most of the Google tools we have two parts. The left part, they are organizing the categories, folders, subfolders. In the right part of the screen, we have the main part. Once I open my Google Classroom, I see that in the main part, I have all the classes I have attended. For example, I have Google Certified Educator group. I have another 4 classes, and some of them are owned by me, some of them shared with me. For example, the Hungarian class club is not my own. it's shared with my teacher, and I can still see it here. So this is the same logic again. Doesn't matter if you own it or someone shared with you, it will be shown in the same folder, such as in Drive, in Google Documents, Google Sheets, and all other tools. So I can see here the folders that I own, and the folders are shared from others. Let's see the ones that which is not owned by me, how it looks like. So the ones that I have and the ones that I am as a member has one big difference here. The ones that I have, I can see the student record cards. So I can see what my students are doing here. For example, if they completed the homework, if they have checked the links, what are they grade if they complete the forms. But if I click this one, I can see it as the student, that what I have submitted, what I have added there, if I completed the forms or if I completed the quizzes, if I did what's the feedbacks of my teachers, and etc. Rather than that, we can create some new calendars as new classes there. In the left side of the screen, I see that I have home button and then I have a calendar. Perfect. This is exactly the same calendar we had in a Google Calendar, but this one will show you the events that you have added in your classroom. For example, let's imagine that I have a Hungarian exam this weekend, and in my calendar it will show that, for example, on the Thursday you have exam. On Friday you have to deliver a homework. On Saturday you have to read 5 essays. So anything that is created in my class account will be shown in my calendar in here. It will show that if I have an event, if I have a task, or if I have to choose an appointment. Then I have a teaching, which is showing to review. For example, once I click the review, I see that I have to review lesson 1, a quiz 1 from one of my classes. Or I can open to see what things that I have reviewed previously. For example, one of my students submitted a work and I have to review and give a feedback about it. So I can come here, give a review, and after I finish it, it will be inside the review folder. You can choose all classes or a specific class that you would like to check what you have reviewed previously. In the left side of the screen, you can go to the classes one by one. So the first one I come here is a Google Certified Educator Classroom for the group 1, and I see that I only shared one form with them. Once I click this classroom, from the up I see that the stream, which is the main streamline, I can add a classwork from the second folder. I can add a people, and in here I have two options, add a teacher or add a students. Then I have the marks of my students. It is easier to keep track of the marks of the students in here. Why? For example, let's say that we have too many Google Forms. Currently, we had 6, I think we had 6, yes. We had 6 quizzes. And all 6 quizzes you have entered and you get some point. But it's a little bit messy right now because, for example, let's say that Ali entered in first day with aligmail.com. In second day, he joined with valleyofali.gmail.com. So the different Gmail accounts will make it harder for me to keep track of Ali's grades. And also, there will be different times. For example, in the first day, there was only Ali. In second day, Ali didn't join, but I will still try to find Ali between the students. In third day, Ali came, but he mistyped his name. But in here, it will be easy. Ali will join with one Gmail, and everything he do will be shown under his name, and will show all the marks Ali already got. But how we can create a classroom? So for that, I will go back to the classroom, and as you can see, we have a plus here. Once I click a plus, I will have two options, join someone else's class or create a new class. If I click a join class, I can see that I can add a code account here and I can change my account. For example, if I have a different Gmail account or Google account, I can use it that way. I will send you code And what you need to do at home, to go to classroom, click the plus, join class, and add the class code. I will give it to you. And after that, you will able to join to our classroom. As you can see, there's some introduction and explanation like how to join, how to sign with code. Then let's see how we can create a class. I will click the create a class. We have to agree with notice, continue, and the first one is a class name. Let's say the test class. We can add a section. For example, let's for now section 2. Subject, let's add STEAM. The room, let's say 001 or 301. Let's create. My class is created. As you can see, it's exactly the same, but we can make some changes on this class. From the customize part, you can change the background color, you can change the theme color, you can upload photo, you can select from your computer, you can choose it from your drive, you can choose it from web, and etc. I will not waste time on this part. I believe that you will easily understand and find this part. After that, we have test class and section 2. And from the information part, as you can see, once I click it, I will have class code, subject, and room more detailed. Also, I have class code in here. So the things that I say is that I will send you the class code and you have to write it in join classroom is the ones that is written here. During the class, you can make it even bigger so all your students can see it. Or you can copy invitation and share it with the WhatsApp group, with Gmail or Teams group that your students can have access to that link. Anyone who will click the link will have access to this classroom. Let's say that we had some homeworks or we have had some deadlines for the tasks. It will be seen here that what's upcoming. For now, we have no work here, no homework. That's why it's showing that nothing in here. Let's try to add some announcements. For example, we are saying to add the test class 2. I want all my students to see that and say that, hello, this is announcement. And then, as you can see, I can change the type of my text, bold, italic, underline. I can change the font. And one more thing in here, I can attach a file. So let's see what type of files we can attach. We can attach a file from the Google Drive, which means that anything that can be saved in Drive, most of the things can be saved in Drive, can be attached to this announcement. We can attach a YouTube video. We can add a file from our own computer, or we can add a link. Let's try some of them and let's see how it will look like. For test, I will just add a random. Let's add checklist again. Let's add one YouTube video, for example. Let's add one from the local computer. Oh, for local computer, we have to hello. We have to drag and drop. It will take some time to loading this video. So I will close it because I don't want to wait to loading this video. Let's click cancel. Or you can add a link. Let's click post. Once we post it, as you can see in here, hello, this is an announcement, and we can see everything that attached to this folder. Let's see how our students will see it. So I will enter one of the class that I am student, and I can see that, for example, my teacher added some homeworks here, and she attached some files from the drive. Once I click the drive file, she already closed the drive account, so we will not able to see it. But if she didn't, we can click and see that folder, or we can click to see like which links she added, and she added some book links, so we can check them. And also we have some other things such as this one. She added some notes with videos, Drive files, and some explanations that what is this. So doesn't matter from your student side or teacher side, basically it looks like almost the same. Then let's see like how we can add some classwork to these students. For example, how we can add a quiz or how we can add some books to this classwork. First way, you can attach here a link and tell them to go and click the link. But this way it will not be shown if they click it, if they finished, how much they got it, if they submitted. But if you go to the classwork and from here click a create, you can create an assignment, you can create a quiz assignment, you can put a question, add a material, or you can reuse the post that you have already used. For example, let's add a quiz assignment. Once we create a quiz assignment, we can add a title. We can add instructions like you have deadline until 4 February, let's say. Please check resources from previous announcement, and etc. And then we will have a blank quiz. As you can see, it's already created a one Google form for me. And if I click this one, I can fill this quiz and it will be one of my classwork. Let's say that we completed example quiz question. Blah, blah, blah, and short answer. Once I click it, I can also attach some files like I did it before from Drive, from YouTube, from local computer I can upload. I can create a new file to share here, or I can share the link. And then after I finish all description, all instructions, all my quiz, I can start working on my settings. For example, in which classroom I will add. As you can see, we can add a multiple classroom in the same time. For example, we have class 9A, 9B, and 9C. And I want to add to this quiz to all of them. Instead of going and writing one by one, we can choose a classroom that we can add. But in here, as you can see, I can do it as a teacher. The classrooms that I have joined as a member is not shown in here, which means only the teachers can have access to this part. I will close this one. Then we can assign a students. For example, I want all of my students to take this quiz. Then I will keep it as all student. But what if I have different groups? For example, one group is searching about birds, one group is searching about the fish. So their quizzes will be different. That's why I can choose the students that I want to share. And in here you can, right now it's empty, but if you have a student, it will be shown their name. And you can choose one by one, like which students will receive it as a quiz. You can decide what's the point. You can change the number, or you can say that this is not a mark, like this will not give any point or grade it. You can add a deadline, like in which date they will be uploading at last. And we had a topic here. You can create a topic and say that, for example, this is a biology or etc. If you would like to, you can create a rubric. You can use the rubric you already had, or you can import from the sheets. Let's create one rubric. This part is more specific and this can be changed depending on like what type of your classes, which grade they are, in which school you are working, what type of the learning progress you are having. So I will just show the examples, but you can change it as your class or your school are requiring from you. So we can add a criterion. In IB we have like such as criterion C and D. I will add C criterion. You can add a description. For example, let's say communication. we can add point, level title, description, and after that you can add one more criteria, like for what else we will do this. Let's say 5, cancel, and this one let's add D. Let's add 5. So the maximum point will be 10, and you can add the criteria and rubrics that for what you will grade this long and short answer discard. Then we can click assign, so this assignment will be shown, or you can schedule this one. For example, I have created this one, but this will be posted, for example, 5 days later or 2 weeks later. I can choose a date and click OK. You can also choose a date and schedule it, and this assignment will be on that time, and from here you can see that it's scheduled on 16 January 800. We will go to the people next. In the people, we already say that we can have a teachers. By clicking add teacher, you can share with a teacher. From the students, you can click and add one by one the students, or you can share the class code so they can join themselves on, and the marks will be the marks they got from the assignments and homeworks. Like it will be showing that Ali got 5, Hagigat got 4, or other students and how they're progressing. It will show exactly what, like from the first lessons they got 5, from the second lessons they got 10, and etc. On the right side of the screen, we also have this 3 icon, such as Google Calendar. We can go to calendar again. As you can see, we had the same calendar here, but there's a one difference. This calendar is showing the events that only about your classrooms. But if I click this one, it will guide me to Google Calendar, and in here I can see the calendars of all my subfolders. We can click the drive to directly to go to drive and see like what drive, but in here one interesting thing happened. My drive only showing one thing, and from here I see that my drive, classroom, and test class 2. I never created a folder such as test class 2. So once you create a classroom in your Google Classroom, it automatically creating a Google folder in your Google Drive. Anything you share there, anything you create there will be saved under that folder. So you don't need to come and manually organize everything under this classroom. It will automatically save here. So how we did it? From my drive, I go to folders, and from the folders I will see that the test class 2, and I will also see my other folders, other classroom as here. For example, Google Certificately Pedagog is another classroom from my Google Classroom. So Google automatically creating one folder in your drive for your classroom. So I will have one folder for Google Certificately Pedagog, one for We Are Computation, one for Coders Pro. From the settings, you can change the settings of your classroom, such as you can rename them, you can change the description, the section, the room number, the subject, and you can change the codes. In here, you can change and manage invitation code, turn on or turn off, so anyone having your invitation code will not able to join. You have to add them manually, or you have to invite them one by one. Let's go to settings. I will say turn on. And after that, we will see that what's our link, what's our code, and the display class code. Then we have stream and classwork. Let's see what we have. The student can post and comment. So once I add announcement, they will able to comment it. Or you can say that they will only comment, will not able to post, or they will not able to do anything. They will be just viewer, so they can post or they can comment. Classwork on the stream, show consent notification, attach and details, hide notification. This is again personal choices. Depending on your classroom, You can choose if you would like the students to have a notification, if they can post, if they can comment, or if they will be just viewers. Then we have a manage meet link. So for each classroom, they are creating a Google meeting. So once you click it, you automatically will go to that class. In here, we are having our meet link. If you want, you can change the meet link thing, but I think this time I don't have permission because this is not my personal email. I have shared with my work, so right now my admin blocked it. But from your side, you can change your meet link. You can change the settings of your Google Meet, like if someone else should join or not. And then we have some marking stamps. You can add like default mark is like 1%, how they will calculate the mark, like overall mark, total point, or weighted by category. So if you would like the student to see like overall mark or not, and you can add some categories, for example, for communication, for ATL skills, for cognitive abilities, and etc. Once again, I encourage you to go here, dig in the details, find the settings, give yourself a task, give yourselves like some tasks such as like how I can create a classroom, how I can share with my students. If my students needed this one, how I can do with this classroom. And try to find it by your own. And if you find something interesting, let's share it with our classroom next time. Or if you have some problems with doing some parts, let's discuss it. Let's see where's the problem, how we can resolve it. Maybe we will find some bugs in the Google, or we will find something like super nice that we couldn't cover during this class. So once again, I will encourage you to go dig in inside, try to find out how to use it, how to create classes, and how to manage them. Just add one of your extra Gmail account or any other account, create classworks, join as a student, complete them, and see like as a teacher how you will see it. As a student, how you will see it. How you can see your students' marks, what accesses your student will have. If you don't want to have your student to have that specific access, how you can block it, change it, limit it. Once again, it all depends on the practice. So I highly encourage, once again, please, at least 30 minutes at home, try to find like how we can use it in your classroom. The main thing is here not to get a certificate. Main thing is that to make your jobs easier. So let's see how this thing make your job easier when you're holding online classes, on your hybrid classes, on your on-site classes, how they can benefit your teaching process. Will it be easier for students to have technology integrated classes or not? And next class, let's have some 20 minutes to discuss that, if we can integrate these classrooms or not. And if yes, what will be the better? If not, what will be the worst about it? This will be the everything that we will cover today. So we covered Google Classroom, we covered Gmail, and we covered Google Calendars. Do we have any questions related to them? So again, I think we don't have any questions. If you don't have any questions, I will have a questions for you. I will post a new quiz both in our WhatsApp group and in the Google Teams just right now. This quiz containing 13 questions, and it's all about the things that we have covered today. Just go and check like what type of questions we are having here, if you catch everything from our class or not. If you have any wrong answer, you will have some guideline at home to check it. I am sharing it in here. We will have 10 minutes to answer this, and later we will have 10 more minutes to review our answers once again. You can take it from the chat, or if you don't have access to chat, you can click from the WhatsApp group. I will start 10-minute time for it, but don't worry, if you couldn't finish in a 10 minutes, that's fine. It will not be closed and you can take your time, but we will start explanation after the 10 minutes. Okay, I have started the time. Let's share screen one more time. After 8 minutes, we will come back. Müəllimələr həm Teams chatında, həm də WhatsApp qrupunda link göndərmişəm quizlə bağlı. Həmin o quizi 8 dəqiqə ərzində işləyək. 8 dəqiqədən sonra oradakı suallara başdan sona bir daha nəzər yetirəcəyik. Sualların hamısı bugün əhatə elədiyimiz mövzularla bağlıdır. Sadəcə kiçik bir xatırlatma eləyək. Həm də sizin üçün əlinizdə bir əl kitabçası olsun ki, nələri səhv eləmişiksə onları evdə bir daha təkrar baxaq, recordingdən izləyək və yaxud da ki, bəlkə təzə yeni bir sualımız çıxacaq. Great. We already have 7 responders, but we have 10 joiners here, so I will stop the time for accepting the correct answers at this time, but you can still submit your answers. And this form will not be closed, so you can come back and check as much as you want. For now, let's see what answers we got, what type of questions we had, and what would be the correct answer for them. Great. So I will come here from the student view and I will see which questions were here. What's the primary function of the Google Calendar? So this is the first tool we have covered. We were using it to creating the event and keeping track of the events we have accepted. To send emails, we are using Google Mail. To manage events and schedules, great, this sounds as a correct answer. To create documents, we are using Google Docs for this case. And to store the files, we are using Google Drive. So the first question's answer will be the manage events and schedules. While I am answering the questions one by one, if you have a question, if you did it correct, if you think that the answer could be different, or any other suggestions or feedbacks will be more than welcomed. So just pop in the time and let's discuss all together. The second question is which feature allows you to add a video call link to your Google Calendar event? We already did this one and let's see what can be the correct answer. Add an attachment. This can be correct, but we are not adding a video. We are adding a video call. So let's see what can be other correct answer. Sorry, not other. What can be the correct answer? Add a Hangout or Meet. Correct, we can add a Google Meet or we can add a Hangout to have a video call. Create a task. It is not related to create a video call. You can add a task that you will create a video call, but this is not for adding the Google Calendar event. Adjust time is not related as well. How can you organize your emails in Gmail? By using folders. For folders, we can do this in Google Drive. By creating labels, correct, we did create the labels. By archiving them, or if you are archiving them, it will be inside archive, so it will be hard for you to find them. So this is not a correct answer. By deleting them, and if you don't check them in a certain day, they will delete permanently and we will not have access to it. So the correct answer is by creating labels. If we have mistakenly chosen using folders, the folders will be correct answer if that was in Google Drive. What is the purpose of creating the filter in Gmail? To delete unwanted emails. You can create a filter to delete the emails, but this is not the main purpose of it. This is the one of the usage of it. To automatically sort incoming emails, correct. To send automatic replies. The filters are filtering the emails that you have received. They are not checking the emails you are sending or the scheduled emails. To block spam, you can also block spam by adding the filter. But here's the thing, this is not the purpose of a filter. This is another usage of filter you can use. Which of the following is not a feature of the Google group? Create a group, we can create a group. Post to a group, we can post a group. Send a message to group, we can send a message to group. But we are not able to create a document because for this we are having Google Docs. What is the first step to create a new calendar in Google Calendar? So all of them can be the step of the creating the event, but they're asking us from the first step. Add an event can be go to settings. We don't need to go to settings. Click on create a new calendar. Create a new calendar can create a new calendar. Send an invitation. This is for sending invitation. So we say that add an event and click on a create a new calendar can be a correct answer. And if we go back to the question, we say that create a new calendar. So we are not creating an event, we are creating a calendar. So correct answer will be the third option. Which of the following actions can you perform on Google Calendar event? Add a notification, change the event title, add an attachment, and all of the above. I think we can do all of them. That's why I will choose all of them above. In Google Calendar, how can you adjust the time of an event? I saw that most of us had a mistake on this question. So let's spend some more time on this question to see what it was challenging for us. Let's read the question one more time. In Google Calendar, how can you adjust the time of an event? By dragging the event, let's go and try to see if it's working. I will bring one of my calendar here and I will try to change the time of it. So it's saying that hold it and drag it. Edit recurring event, this event, and OK. And it's worked. So we can hold and drag and it will change the time of this event. Let's see what's the other answer. Where's our question? By clicking on the event and editing the time, let's see. We can click and click edit and we can adjust the time here. By deleting and recreating the event. Yes, you can delete and you can create the event again, but it will be so many manual work for unneeded. As we can see that by dragging the event and by clicking the edit button, we can do perfectly. And the fourth option, both A and B, which will be the correct answer in this case. What's the main benefit of using Google Keep? To send emails, to create reminders and notes, to manage calendar events, and to filter emails. I remember that we haven't talked about the Google Keep, but I will send you the video resources about this. The Google Keep will be here. Next lesson, in the first, we will talk about this one to see what is a Google Keep and how we can use it. For now, we will just say the create reminders and notes. And you can have access either from here or from here. How can you add emails directly to tasks in Gmail? By forwarding them. The forwarding will work if you are sending it to someone else. By using add a task from email feature, correct. By copying and pasting. For copying and pasting, you can copy the email, but you can paste in a task. By archiving them, actually you can, but you have to do it manually. You have to create a new task and they will not be synchronized. They will be individual 2 tasks and one other email. By archiving them, this is not a correct answer at all. What is the key feature of Google Groups? It allows for file sharing. It enables group discussions, correct. It integrates with Google Drive. It's used for video conferencing. It's not integrated with Google Drive. It's not used for video conferencing. For that, we can use Google Meet. If you want, we can use Google Classroom, but Google Group is not for that. Which of the following is best describes the label in Gmail? A way to delete emails. For that, we can use a filter. A method to categorize emails. Perfect answer. The type of email account? No. A feature of a block spam? No. What is the purpose of the word clock feature in Google Calendar? So we had the word clock there, and we set it the Azerbaijani time zone. And let's see for what we can use it. To set the reminders? No. To view time zones? Correct. It will show your time zone, the time in your time zone, and also the time in a different time zone. For example, let's say someone is joining from here and someone is joining from the Europe. We will able to see what time it will be in Azerbaijan and what time it will be, for example, in France. To schedule a meeting, this will not work for a word clock. To create an event, no. So the correct answer will be to view time zones. Is there any suggestions or feedbacks about the questions? This time I have tried to take the multiple check boxes and all the questions were just one choice questions. And this will be the only questionnaire that we will have one question type. From the next class, we will again have the check boxes. Do we have any questions about the things that we have covered, about the questions, any suggestions, feedbacks? Word is yours.
Çox sağ olun Fərdət xanım, ətraflı izahlar üçün.
Size sağ olun Nigar Hanım. So I believe we don't have any questions. If you still come up something to you during the week, or you find something interesting, you find something challenging, you can ask directly from our WhatsApp groups or from our Google Classroom. You can start any discussion, or you can share some resources, give some comments, and etc. Thank you for joining. Thank you for showing up this week. We have completed our fourth lesson, and after the fifth lesson, we will be fully ready for the level 1. So, as it's a content days to the exams, I encourage you to take more times to practice and see what we have covered during last 4 lessons. I